Blacking out your car is probably one of the easiest, cheapest, best bang for your buck things to do to rejuvenate your ride. Now my wife's ride, it's lacking a little appearance. It's got the chrome, you know, that 2000s look. And I feel like if I can black it out, it's gonna really spice this ride up. So in this 3-part series, what I'm going to try and do is for less than 100 bucks, bring this Audi back to life and make it look sweet. In this first part, we're tackling the lights. Let's jump right into it. Okay, so here's the plan. On the left side, I'm going to wrap with the air release vinyl wrap. And then on the right side, I'm gonna paint it with the painting method where you wet sand it and paint, because that right tail light right there has a little bit of a scratch. So I wanna level it out anyways. Then whatever light looks the best, I'm going to do to the rest of the lights, including these little bumper tail light running light things. But before we get started, I'm gonna run it through the car wash just so I'm working on a clean surface. Now I'm gonna back the car up into my lit garage and start working on the left taillight, which I'm wrapping. I'm starting on the one that I'm wrapping because I wanna be able to spray light layers on the right taillight until I match the depth of the tint on the left taillight. Now working with vinyl is sort of a love-hate relationship kind of thing. You love it because once you figure it out, it's cheap and looks nice when applied right. You just need to be patient, and the most important thing is a heat gun and getting the vinyl soft. I start off by masking around the light, then use some spray away glass cleaner to get rid of the oils and dirt, and then clean it up with a microfiber cloth. I cut the vinyl to size, then remove the backing film and warm the vinyl up a little bit. You start off by sticking the majority down on the flattest section of light first, then work the wrinkles out by grabbing an edge of the vinyl, warming it up a little bit, and then running a flat edge squeegee up towards the sides. Last little touch, I cut all the excess stuff away, and with a hard edge, curl the vinyl around the lenses, then lock it into place with a heat gun. Remove the tape and it's done. All right, it's looking pretty good, and the process took me maybe 10 to 15 minutes on this light. This might be better than painting, but let's see. Jumping over to the right light. I start off the same way by masking around the light, then with an orbital sander loaded with some 1500 grit, I sand the entire light wet. There's a few spots that need to be done by hand, so with a sanding pad, I go over it again with some more 1500 grit. Now the light is all hazed out and the scratch is gone, so it's time to mask it off and get to painting. I throw a big sheet of painter's plastic over the side of the car, then cut the light out of the plastic and tape it all up. Hit it with some tack cloth, and I grab my spray can, which has been sitting in the sun for about 30 minutes. A little tip for you all, if you're ever working with a rattle can, warm it up beforehand, because when it's warm, it helps prevent orange peel from happening. The can recommended 3 light coats, so that's what I did. Then I turned the running lights on to check the tint depth, and it's all looking pretty good. So let's go ahead and peel all this plastic off and do a little comparison. All right, we got 2 tinted taillights and the 2 methods to tint your taillights. So I way more favor the vinyl wrapping way. It's maybe a little bit harder, but I don't have to prep and sand and mask off anything. It's got a better look, it's shinier, it's got a better gloss, the painted side's kind of matte. The painted lens is probably not gonna last as long, and the most important thing is the light shines through the vinyl a whole lot better than it shines through the painted light. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue on the rest of the lights. I'm not gonna do the headlights because this is my wife's car, and if she were to get pulled over for some tinted headlights, I'm not gonna be making you videos anymore. So anyways, we're gonna tint all the rest of the marker lights and blinker lights, and then let's go ahead and jump right into that. All these blinker and running lights across this car are just giant flat curves, so super easy to work with and wrap. All I did was cut the vinyl into 2-inch strips and laid them across the masked off light area. Then a little dust coat with the heat gun and just barely on these flat lights, because the vinyl doesn't need to be as soft as when pulling around a spherical kind of shape. Now I grab my new favorite tool after it's been warmed up, the hard edge squeegee, and make sure that the vinyl is sitting across the whole light flat. Then all you gotta do is warm it up to get it around the light, cut away the excess, heat it and curl it to lock it into place, and pull away that tape. You all know the drill. Okay, we're done with the lights, and I think vinyl wrapping might be my new favorite car tinkering thing, because using the heat gun and laying it down flat and get those wrinkles and bubbles out, it's like super rewarding. I really like it. Anyways, the Audi now might have a mild spice, but the chrome on the black paint and the paint itself is totally killing me. So if this video helped you out, thanks for watching. If you want to see part 2 where I'm going to delete the chrome, and probably part 4 where I'm going to correct the paint, continue watching right here.